It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday, February 16th, 2018, 7 o'clock in the morning. Dale Hoffman here along with Scooter Callis and Bob Rechtenwald this morning.
Not sports.
Not sports. That's Monday.
That's Monday.
You'll be here Monday.
I'll be here Monday.
What are you going to talk about Monday? Sports.
We've got sports Monday.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we're going to have the high school boys soccer coach, Nathan Kreiner, and the Lady Bombers basketball coach, Del Leonard, will come in and join us on
show Monday.
So
come up on Monday.
Excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Good morning, everybody, and everybody enjoying Brood. No, I'm the only one drinking coffee so far.
I've never drank coffee in my life.
Really?
Have no idea what it tastes like.
I'm not a big coffee fan, but I do like the Brood Awakening coffee.
10W30?
Well, it's
with STP.
Well, the good thing is you can actually use a spoon.
Till it dissolves.
It's so thick.
And might I ask, is that because of the way the person that prepares it, or is that the Brood Awakening coffee?
No, it's me.
The person that prepares it.
There you go. I'd like for you to throw that out, because if I was Brood Awakening, I'd have been gone a long time ago.
They love us. They love us.
If you're not drinking Brood Awakening coffee, you're just drinking muddy water. 3 locations to serve you: Bomber Boulevard, BRMC lobby, and the 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. Right?
There you go.
It's good coffee. I mean, it tastes.
It is good coffee. I will say that, because I am not a big coffee fan unless, cold morning, you're out deer hunting or whatever, a nice cup of coffee's good. But normally,
I don't drink a lot of coffee. 7-8 cups a day. Never got the habit yet.
That's before noon.
That's before noon.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Before noon.
Be sure to check out the 3 locations of Brood Awakening Coffee. And, of course, our morning prayer, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, the best in the business.
They are. They're just the respect and you meet the individuals and they'll tell you that this is what they believe that they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
That, this is.
It's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's a hard job.
It really is. But their heart goes into it. They want to do the best to help people and to honor people's wishes. And even if it takes them going outside of the box of comfort levels and stuff, they will try to do what they can.
They serve the state of Arkansas very, very well. Very
folks are just dying to do business with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, glad it's Friday. Would you like to introduce the person doing
I
the
sure
morning
would.
prayer?
This young lady is part of my world. She is my great niece, Sophia Kaminski, and she's been going to the Mountain Home Christian Academy since preschool days, right? When she was 4, she started, and we're glad to have her here this morning to do the morning prayer. Sophia, would you do the morning prayer for us, please?
Yeah. Lord, I just thank you for this beautiful day, and I pray for all the people that are sick and on our list, and the firemen and the policemen and the army. And please help the people that are going through a rough time right now. And please help the people if they have like a storm coming. Please keep them comfort. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 Thank you, ma'am. You want to give me a
Awesome.
high five? Little knuckles?
How's school this year, Sophia? Going good?
Yeah.
Good. You enjoy the Christian Academy?
Yeah.
If you can support the Mountain Christian Academy financially, give them a call at 424-6622. Quality education, and they're turning out great students like Sophia here. Very proud of these students. You've done a great job. Thank you for being on today.
No. Make Mom and Dad take you for a donut.
Yeah. Look at that camera right here and say, I want a donut.
Go ahead. Say it.
Go ahead.
I want a donut.
There you go. All right.
That's hilarious.
You have a good day.
That's
darling.
what local TV is all about right there.
You go.
Morning weather brought to you by Gregg Farm Services for seed and feed, boots, and everything else related to the agriculture industry. Gregg Farm Services.
You know, it's I've been coming in and listening to these little ones. When I can't make it in, I'll watch online or on Facebook. And
thanks, Sophia. Have a great
it just
day.
gives you
Thank
a sense of pride that these little ones, and I know Mr. Hall will appreciate this. It seems like they always mention the military.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they mention the fire and the police.
I'm about to say the fire and the police people around here got to love these kids because they're getting all the prayers.
Yeah.
You know,
And in the
it's,
vets, we get
you
nothing.
notice she didn't say I pray for Uncle Bob. Well, now what the heck's that all about? You know,
Or
Good
television
grief.
engineers like Scooter over here.
the Scooter, he needs more than prayers, but you know. Hey. Anyway, aren't you glad you asked me to sit in for
Boy,
Jerry?
I love it.
Golly.
Did you say we were friends?
Well, we were. Were is the key word there.
Wait till football season this year, right?
Oh boy.
Oh, boy. He controls your microphone, remember?
I understand that. Yep.
Oh, morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services.
81 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
And 42 right now. What's up with that?
Unreal, isn't it?
That's how it is. I mean,
It's just a roller coaster.
yeah, February in Arkansas.
That's what they say. If you don't like the weather in Arkansas, just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah,
It'll change.
it'll change. 42 in Mountain Home, 40 at Harrison, 48 at Hardy, 48 at Mountain View. Yellville checks in at 43, 48 at Marshall, 42 at Calico. Poplar Bluff, we're getting a little bit of rain at 45. Branson at 39. And let's see, West Plains at 40.
Go ahead.
Watford City, North Dakota, where my son lives, 3 degrees. Well, it's only 22 in Anchorage. Where do you see this
See
radar?
our new graphics and stuff.
Ain't that
we
cool?
put up. And split screens and changed up our
Getting
graphics.
fancy.
Yeah, getting fancy.
You must got a pay raise.
Gil found a nickel in the couch cushion.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere with this.
Actually, it was 15 cents. Gil kept the dime.
Well, you know, overhead.
Overhead.
Here's your national radar. Showers extend basically from southwest Texas across New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, a little bit in Arkansas. Once it gets to southeast Missouri, then into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, portions of Tennessee, and you can see on the radar it goes all the way out into the ocean. And so, wet day across most of the country that's east of the Mississippi River. Scooter, I'm going to hit that Little Rock
You go right ahead.
radar. So what we have in Arkansas right now, I-40 and I-30, all affected by some shower activity. A little bit to our west over in Boone County, Marion County. And well, let's see if I can put that in motion real quick. We got a little bit of time. There we go. Looks like basically an eastern movement with that. Other than that front that's down there in Little Rock, it's moving pretty well south. The entire length of I-40 from Little Rock to West Memphis right there. Going back, we'll check the state of Missouri. Let's hit that Paducah, Kentucky, and Poplar Bluff radar. Well, this is at the St. Louis radar. This is southeast Missouri, just north of Poplar Bluff, south of Farmington, east into Carbondale, Illinois, all the way over into Effingham, Illinois, and I-70. And so that's mainly the heavier portion.
What's the weekend look like?
The weekend, let's see. Click on Baxter County right there.
We've had such junk weather every weekend for the
Every
last
weekend.
month or so.
Tomorrow's my last Saturday of basketball.
Only to start softball.
Yep. Yeah, we do that on March 1, don't we?
March 1.
Yeah, I've got the schedule over here. It's going to be fun. Today, chance of showers, then partly sunny, high of 46. Tonight, low of 34, mostly cloudy, then chance of rain. Saturday, it goes from a 90% to a 20% chance of rain throughout the day with a high of 48. Saturday night, low of 34, partly cloudy. Sunday, a high of 58, mostly sunny. Tuesday, thunderstorms likely with a high of 68 degrees.
So they've taken the sleet and the nasty out of it.
Yep.
That's at least good. So,
Yep.
right on.
Awesome. Awesome.
Morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services for all your farm needs. Greg Farm Services. You get all kinds of stuff there, don't you?
I do
get-
too.
Yeah, what do you get?
You probably spend. I was about to say you probably spend about as much as I do there.
Yeah, the boys get their cattle feed from there, and they'll pick up anything else that they need for. They raise a few cows, so they do a lot of.
How many
business
head they
over
run?
there. Right now they're down to 7. Later in the spring they'll pick up a few growers, what they call growers, so they can raise them out for folks to have beef. And they, in fact, Robert and I took a ride last night and went and looked at some. And he'll pick up a couple of steers and he'll feed them out. And probably November, December he'll have them either butchered or
Really?
sell them as live
Yeah.
animals to somebody. Generate a couple of dollars. So, but
Can
yeah,
you get your feed at Greg Farm Services?
absolutely. They deliver it out to his place for him, and they just do it. You know, you call them up one day and it's there the next, and always friendly and happy to do it for you. And
Wow.
Robert said he really enjoys dealing with them. So, Mr. Greg, if you're watching, we sure appreciate you being around to do what you do.
bet.
And let me tell you, you know, you've got Mr. Reeves. That's a very set Mr. Propane, Mr. Reeves himself. Very good, solid as a rock Christian man that deals with the public. If you've ever had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Craig from Greg Farm Supply, you will find the same type of gentleman.
Really?
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. Those are people we
Now
like
his
dealing
son-in-law
with.
that runs the gun shop over there. Now he'd be a little questionable, but I used to have him in my 7th grade Sunday school class. So I'm only funning, Bo.
Oh. And while you mentioned Reeves Propane, let's pull this up real quick. Reeves Propane, you know, here's Robert Reeves on the screen here, and good friend, and give him a call at 800-432-5172. Still kind of mid-season, so a little bit extra propane wouldn't hurt.
Let me tell you, you just never know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never know when you're going to be low, and you don't want to get caught.
There you go. That is true. That is
We
true.
at Jim Brown Company have dealt with several people this winter that had no issues. They just ran out of propane.
Really?
And unless you've got a backup of some sort, you are just stuck until you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you don't want to be in that predicament. If you're getting low, give him a call. He'll get you taken care of. Great guy. Great company.
And they do have a 24-hour service number. You know, so if it's a dire emergency, you will pay a fee, but they will come and take care of you. But I would much rather pay the fee than freeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You got any PSAs that you know about?
Well, yeah, I'm going to pull this up. Come up on the 27th of February. This is my good friend John Thurston, running for Secretary of State. He's currently the Land Commissioner. Top-notch man, John Thurston, and I have endorsed him for Secretary of State. And I would know that he will do a fabulous job there. Tuesday, February 27th, from 5 to 7 p.m., we have a fundraiser with the support of Steve Liddy, Senator Scott Flippo, Representative Nelda Speaks, and Mr. Benny Speaks. Everyone's invited at Big Creek Golf and Country Club from 5 to 7 for this fundraiser for John Thurston's campaign for Secretary of State.
And who is the current Secretary of State?
Mark Martin, term limited out.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not seeking any other
Yeah,
office.
so you're not jumping against anybody. You're just endorsing somebody in because there's one just rolling out.
Yeah. Mark Martin's term limited out, and I don't think he's going to seek any other office. He's going back into the private sector. And John Thurston's been our land commissioner, has done a great job there. And he will be here on the show on the 28th of February. And so people get to see John Thurston. We'll probably have a breakfast downtown at the restaurant so folks can meet the current land commissioner and hopefully future Secretary of State John Thurston.
Awesome.
So,
I've got February 21st. They're doing a blood drive at the Baxter Regional Medical Center from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
wow.
So I did get that given to me yesterday. Also, our high school wrestling team is down in Little Rock at their state tournament. They'll be starting today and finishing up tomorrow.
Starts this afternoon, finishes tomorrow. Our high school bowling teams went yesterday to Rogers to bowl. I have not heard any results from that. Tonight is the final home basketball game against, I believe, Searcy.
Yep.
Really?
And it's
Here's the
senior
hangar.
night at the hangar.
Hanger, yeah.
So if you're looking for something to do on a drizzly, wet Friday night,
I think they did senior night last night.
on a Thursday,
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, I know they did.
Did
My
they?
wife went over there and
Really?
Caitlin danced at the girls' game, and then they did senior night at the boys' game.
well, they must have moved it up because the tournament must be starting.
Oh, could
That
be.
may have been.
Could be.
Well, you know,
Because that is different to do it on a Thursday.
the conference tournament starts Saturday. The girls are hosting the conference. That's probably why they moved the last game up.
And it's going to be here?
Yeah, the girls will play here 2 o'clock on Saturday. The boys will play their first round, I think, North Little Rock, and they will play. I don't remember who they play, but yeah, that's probably why they moved it up.
Could be. 7:14 on this Friday. We've got Elesha, Granniss, and Dan Hall sitting on the couch waiting to come on. So we're going to take a break. I'm out of coffee. I got to have more coffee.
I better go
I
to
get
work.
cranky.
I better go to work.
Why?
Well, because that's where I'm supposed to be at 7 o'clock.
You work for a
You're
living?
late. You need a job like Scooters.
Oh, for crying out loud. Need one like him. He comes in the morning. After that, it's just kind of...
Lollygag. Lollygag. We'll be right back.
I'm not saying nothing.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Your White River Getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River Getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys, and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, And they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas.
7:20 on this Friday, February 16th. We're welcoming Elesha Granniss, District 3 Veteran Service Officer, and DAV Commander Dan Hall. Welcome once again.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. Got more coffee. I'm doing good.
I've got my cup starting me off. My heart's ticking. So we'll be all right.
So what's going on? A lot of stuff?
A lot of stuff. I'm getting ready in the next week to go back to D.C. for the midwinter legislative conferences again. Getting old. We keep fighting the same battle every year. And
yeah, I think you had a birthday last week, didn't you? Or this week?
I did, yeah.
29 again or 39 this time?
39.
At least.
Yeah. And old. Yeah, we'll be back there Sunday meetings in Virginia, and then we'll be over at the Capitol with meetings in the Congressional and the Senate office buildings on Monday and Tuesday.
You meet with any of the Arkansas Coalition there?
We meet with all of them.
All of them?
Yeah, we have appointments all the way through both days. A lot of walking.
Mm-hmm.
We stay at the Crystal Gateway over in Alexandria, Virginia, and then you just go down underneath the hotel and pick up
Catch
the metro
train, yeah.
and go over. And we get off at that, come right up, and you're looking at the Rayburn building. So once you get inside, you can go from building to building.
So what kind of topics are you going to be addressing?
Our talking points this year are very similar to last year. The caregiver program. You know, they had the post 9/11 caregivers get some help for taking care of 100% disabled veterans in the home, but that only applied to post 9/11. But we've had family members taking care of disabled veterans left over from Korea that never got any assistance at all. So we're trying to make that cover all errors. And then we're still dealing with what used to be the choice program that's going to be now more of a VA/private provider partnerships to do some of the health care out in the communities and save those long trips. The last that Secretary Shulkin had spoken, he said what they really like to do is have VA concentrate on those things they're uniquely good at: prosthetics, post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, chemical stuff, and some of the more mundane things be done out in the communities, hearing and eyes and that kind of thing. So.
And in this area, I mean, that is crucial because this Veterans Choice Program was created, you know, with the intent of if you lived further than 40 miles away from a facility that you could be treated in your local area. But the way it was written was, well, if you live close to a clinic that only offers family practice care and you need internal medicine care, you need chemotherapy, it doesn't apply to you, and you still have to travel right now all the way to Little Rock for that treatment. And so, you know, the DAV and the American Legion and the VFW and, you know, especially, you know, Dan Hall, he's so familiar with trying to change that by hearing, you know, the feedback from veterans who say, hey, this is crazy, why do I have to go 3 hours for treatment? It's those organizations.
I think they made a terrible miscall when they called it the Veterans Choice Program, because the veteran really never had choice.
No.
Right, no.
The choice was either you wait 6 months for an appointment with your provider, or you could ask VA to set up an appointment in the community with some other agency outside of VA. But the veteran never really had a choice of what doctor he was going to go to. So it was kind of a misnomer from day one. And that's kind of still the way it's going to be. I don't ever envision a program where a veteran will have a card and can walk into any facility and get treated. It's all going to be under the control of VA, and those facilities that are involved will be VA approved. So.
Right, and providers, so right now, you know, if providers want to become a choice provider, they can call the choice program and sign up for that. And so that is a need in this community, is to have those providers who maybe aren't signed up with Choice to go ahead and become one of those participating providers.
I've worked pretty closely with Ron Peterson at BRMC, and I know they're very interested in being involved in any kind of a pilot program. They're very, very vet friendly. There are issues with private providers, and you need to know if you just walk into like the emergency room at BRMC, you're going to see a sign that says we're not a VA facility, and you may not get reimbursed for treatment here. Basically, if it's a non-emergency, it has to be pre-approved by VA before you can walk into any facility like that. So,
right.
And how long does that pre-approval take?
It's usually a phone call, but
really.
Yep. So, but yeah, he does. Dan does great work as far as advocating for veterans. All the way to DC. So that's where.
Can we go to DC coming up this week?
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next
We'll be
weekend.
there.
Yep. And a couple things that we got going on in the ADVA world. I talked about it before. The Vietnam War commemoration's going to be down in Little Rock on the 29th of March. And if you want to pull up the arkansas.gov or the veterans.arkansas.gov website, this is where veterans can go and still sign up.
We need to see that pop up right there, the Vietnam War commemoration right there.
Yes, and so it's for Vietnam era veterans. So if you are a Vietnam era veteran and you would like to go to this ceremony down in Little Rock, you would just click yes, and then it's going to take you through a registration. It's going to ask some information about yourself. On here it talks about the location has changed. It's now Jack Stevens Center, which is at Wales. And why is because at first it was going to be at the steakhouse. They're thinking maybe 200 veterans would respond. They're almost up to 1,000 Vietnam era veterans who's responded. So they outgrew that space really quick, and so they needed to find a location that can hold that amount of people. Plus, they're going to bring their family members. So anyway, it's now at Jack Stevens Center, that arena there at the University of Arkansas North Little Rock campus. And so in order to get the certificate with your name on it, we asked Vietnam veterans to register. They'll go to this site. It's going to print you off a ticket, and that ticket is just for the veteran. You can bring as many people along with you, but the reason why it has a ticket is just to get those demographics, your name and all that, in order to put it on the certificate.
So to register, we hit the little green register button, and that'll have all the information there.
And don't make the mistake I did. I went in and registered, and then I realized that was only one ticket. And if my wife was going along, maybe I had to have another ticket. So I went.
So you registered again.
And finally I got confused, and I called Sue Harper. Her number's on there. And she said, no, you are double registered. All you need is the veteran's name, and then you can bring the whole band or your town with you. But once you have that ticket, you and your guests are in.
And also, so if someone doesn't have computer access, they can call their county service officer. The county service officer can also register them for it. They can call myself, and I can register them for it. We definitely want all those Vietnam era veterans to be able to be recognized for their service. And there is going to be transportation. Dan has been instrumental in obtaining transportation for veterans from Mountain Home down to the Little Rock area for this. So if you can't drive down there, if you don't want to drive down there, just call me or call the county service officer. My number is 870-404-6944. And so anyway,
that's going to be a nice day.
Yes, I think it's going to be great. And a neat thing too is the governor is going to be pinning the oldest living veteran from each of the branch of service. And so on there, when you register, it asks for your age. And as far as the Marine Corps goes, there's a veteran, his name's Shirley Dykes, down in Mountain View. He's a 3-war veteran. He altered his birth certificate when he was 16
no.
and went, World War II. So he served World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and retired after 25 years. So he's going to be the representative for the Marine Corps, and he's in our district. And so I was fortunate enough. I've known him as long as I've been doing this job, and typed up his bio. And he's still, his wife is Hannah, and they've been married for 65 years. And
Incredible.
So, yeah.
That's great.
I met him at one of those flag ceremonies down at Mountain View, and he showed up wearing his uniform that he wore when he retired, his officer uniform.
I think I was there. Was Rick Crawford there that day, Congressman? Yeah, I was there.
Tall, thin guy, just looks as good in his uniform today as he did back then.
He's great, yeah. And he's still, I mean, he's an active member of the Honor Guard, the Stone County Honor Guard. So anyway, you know, it's just going to be a great day, and so we definitely want to celebrate those veterans. So
there are going to be a few tears shed that day, I have a feeling. Because when I was at the wall in D.C., that's you've been there many times.
Once.
That was not enough. It's hard, ain't it?
And I really wouldn't have been ready to go there, except that we had a reunion of 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines in D.C. a few years back, and Headquarters Marine Corps at 8th and I provided us with a honor guard to do a ceremony at the wall on Sunday morning, and so I was kind of with my unit, but it's tough.
It's tough. Need to take a break. 7:31 on this Friday. Be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Coming in 2018, VHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon. More than
7:33 as we continue with Elesha, Granniss, and Dan Hall, and we've got this website vets.gov ready for you.
Awesome. So the VA is kind of transitioning over to vets.gov. You can still use e-benefits, but they're now putting a lot of information out on vets.gov. And a couple things on this website that I wanted to mention is the VA has launched a welcome kit. It's a guide for veterans to the benefits and services that they've earned. And so they can go to vets.gov. You can search welcome kit. There should be also, I think it's closer to the bottom is an actual link to it where it says,
what are we looking for here?
A welcome kit or a benefits kit. Does that show it there? It may not. I'm not as familiar with this site. They're still adding things to it, but it will take you there. And it might be closer to the top. The next one.
Let's look.
It was service and benefits was the top one there. Services and benefits.
And it might just be click there.
We have under that disability benefits, health care, education, housing, careers and employment, life insurance, pension, and burials and memorials.
So those are all the benefits, but there is a kit that's located. You may just have to search welcome kit, and it'll pop up that link. Another thing there is, if we scroll back down, is that ID card. A couple months ago I was talking about how the VA had they've opened up their site so that veterans can apply for an ID card, veterans ID card, and it crashed the site. Well, now it's back up. So if you scroll to the bottom there, you have to either create an ID Me login, and what that does is it works with, I guess it would be the archives up in St. Louis to verify that person is a veteran. And then when they create that account, then that's where they can go in and apply for that ID card. Or if you have an e-benefits account, that's where it talks about the DS login.
How do you get the picture on there?
So the way you get the picture, so once you go through that, first you have to register. Then the two things you need is a picture of a state issued ID card or federal issued ID, so your driver's license, something like that. And then a picture of yourself head and shoulders. So, I mean, you can take it with your cell phone, have someone take your picture. You have to upload it into the application when you apply for it, because they're going to put your picture on
the reason I ask
card.
about that is some veterans were confused. I spoke to the Knights of Columbus Tuesday night, and a couple of them said they had tried to go in there and get that card, and then they needed a photo. And then they looked at where they could get a photo, and they ended up going down to Little Rock to the VA to get a photo done, and which didn't sound right.
Yeah.
And then he said, then they wanted all my financial information and whatnot. And I said, no, it sounds to me like somebody down there was confused and thought you were trying to apply for medical
VA
benefits.
healthcare, yeah.
And they were doing a financial statement on you. But you can just use any
JPEG.
Any kind of a like a passport photo or whatever. But these folks thought they had to go get the VA to take their picture. Don't do that.
And it has to be an electronic photo because you have to upload it into the system. So when I did, because before I talk about the ID card, I tried it on myself, and so that was what I did. I took a picture of my driver's license, and then I had. I mean, it's the day of selfies, right? So I just did a selfie of my shoulders up, and then it just loaded my picture right onto the card that it was going to print for me. And then, so if somebody doesn't have access to a computer, go to your county service officer, same kind of thing. We all have cell phones now. I'm meeting with a veteran on Wednesday who said, I don't have access to the internet. Can you help me with this card? So I said, yep, come in. I'll take your picture.
There you go.
Bring your driver's license, and we'll apply for it.
So all you veterans out there that aren't really hot on their computers, don't try to do it yourself. Get a hold of your county veteran service officer. You don't have to drive to Little Rock to get your picture taken.
Don't go to Little Rock to get your picture taken.
They get confused easily.
And that ID Me login, that's a really good, they're using it a lot with even discounts. So for instance, sometimes I'm shopping online. I think NFL.com, if you're looking on there, it says, they have a military discount and you have to verify through ID Me. So that is something where it's going to benefit you later on.
That's
because
cool.
a lot
That's
of
good.
stores now, because they're able to verify the veteran's status. And so anyway, it's kind of everything's transitioning over to ID Me.
That's good.
Yep.
That is good.
All right, let's see. Dan and I were talking about the ADVA director, so Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs. His name is Nate Todd. He's a retired Army colonel, and he is going to be coming up to Mountain Home for a visit on the 27th of March. And we're going to kind of take him around, introduce him to the county service office. We're going to do a little dog and pony show kind of thing, but he definitely wants to meet with veterans from this area. And so we, between, let's see, I think it was from 12 to 1:30, we're going to have lunch. So if you're interested in meeting with the director and you want to come have lunch with a group of veterans, give myself a call, 404-6944. We haven't nailed down the location yet. We have one in mind, but I need to make sure that it's available. So, like I said, Nate Todd's going to be here on that day.
And he's state director?
He's he's appointed
Took
by
over
the
with Matt Sneed.
Yeah, Matt Sneed. Yeah.
So he's appointed by the governor, and he is over both the cemetery operations, veteran cemetery operations, the veterans nursing home operations, and then the service officer. So the category that myself and the counties offer those services. So. Yeah.
And since we set up this 9 districts, and Elesha is District 3 veteran service officer, she's the one trains all the county veteran service officers to make sure they're up to date on things, and the director is going to come up and meet with some of them. I've sent from our DAV chapter 4 of our members down to the veteran service officer certification school, so we have those kind of people that are going to go ahead and meet with him. So hopefully have a good lunch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save this as a JPEG file so I can bring this up.
And we do have, while he's bringing that up, I wanted to mention that the VA has mailed out the summary of benefits letters for 2018. Sometimes people refer to them as letters. So if you haven't received it, please let your county service officer know. It may be because you've moved and the VA does not forward mail. Or maybe there was just an oversight. But if you have not received those letters, you want to go ahead and try to get a copy of it, especially if you're eligible for the property tax exemption. The county collectors need that in order to grant that exemption, and so contact us for more information. Let's see.
Here's that map real quick of the
yes.
of the districts.
So see
District
the
3
blue
is the
central,
blue. Yep.
Right? So we got 9 counties. So basically, Harrison over to
Batesville,
right? So and then Heber Springs. We have Salem, Ashflat. So North Central. I have a state car now, and I have had it a year, and I've put over 11,000 miles on it in a year. Just going and meeting with the county officers. I go meet with them at once a month. Do some training with them, work specific cases, and that's the main purpose of my job, is to support the county service officers, make sure that they are trained and well in tune with what's going on so that they can assist their veterans in their counties.
And we coordinate with them, Charles, now at the county level,
right.
and with each of the counties. DAV is really a kind of a between a veteran need and a community resource. And the county veteran service officers are starting to really collect data on what are the veterans resources out here, not just for medical benefits, but jobs and education and all sorts of issues that veterans have.
Yep, and that's the thing. If you have a question that in relation to a veteran or benefits or resources, get with your county service officer. Speaking of benefits and resources, on the 21st of April, that's a Saturday. Let me make sure I have the date right. Yes. There's going to be a Veterans Benefits Fair. We want to do them every 6 months. So the one that's at ASU in November, we're going to have another one in April. It's going to be at a different location. The location is to be determined, just because we don't want people to get confused with, oh, I just went there in November. They don't have any information for me. So we're going to have everyone from the VA is going to be there to maybe a community resource like a lawyer that works with veterans. So anyone who's interested, who would like to have a table or a booth set up, who has services for veterans or their surviving spouses, give me a call. We definitely want you to be there, because we want the veterans to have as much information about what's available to them in this area, what resources are available. So that's going to be on the 21st of April. And like I said, the location's to be determined, but definitely for those of you who are interested in participating, get in touch with me, and then more to come for those veterans who would like to go.
Good. With that, we'll take a quick break. Scooter, be right back.
More than just propane, Reese Propane provides you full-service propane delivery, as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reese Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances, and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reese Propane. We greatly appreciate your business, and God bless.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Your White River Getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River Getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
7:47 on this Friday, closing out the show with Dan Hall, Elesha, Granniss, talking veterans, and what else we need. We've got lots of time.
All right. Well, I was thinking of pension updates. Pension is a financial aid program, and every year about this time, normally I say around tax season, those individuals who are on pension, maybe their Social Security has increased. Social Security went up a little bit, so their income has changed. So anytime you have an income change, you need to notify the VA. This is a great time to do that. And then also to get exemptions for the medical out-of-pocket expenses they paid in 2017, they can file that update as well. So we always want to let veterans know, and surviving spouses, that if they're on pension or they're on what's called survivor's pension or pension with aid and attendance, they need to swing by their county service officer again and update those those benefits. Because what happens is, let's say, I think Social Security went up maybe 10, 15 bucks, something like that this last year, and now their income has changed. Well, it takes the VA about 3 or 4 years in order, when they do their audit, and if they see that they overpaid someone $10 a month for 3 years, then they're going to incur a debt, and then they're going to notify them, hey, we overpaid you $10 a month for the past 3 years, now you owe us that money back. So we definitely don't want that to happen, especially someone who's on a financial needs program, right, to then incur a debt. And so definitely get with your county service office. Charlie's right here in town.
If you got a $10 raise with Social Security, they also took $20 out for your Medicare.
Right, but they have to update that medical expense to show that even though I got a raise on this side of it,
but you have to report it.
You have to report it, because if you don't, they're just going to see, oh, you got a raise. You didn't tell us that you had any extra expenses, and so anyway, please,
that information is important to all veterans, and regardless of what kind of a program you're on. These are some of the things that we help with DAV. A veteran who had a change in dependents failed to report it. Well, all of a sudden, when they catch up with it, he owes them a whole lot of money. And here he is, he's 100% disabled, and instead of taking out a few dollars a month, they took his whole check. Now, what's a person who's 100% disabled going to do when suddenly his whole check is gone?
Right.
Well, then he comes out looking for some help. And
is this a service-related 100% disability?
Yes.
And so, and another.
But anytime you've had a change in income or a change in dependent status or any of those things that impact your benefits, you need to be up to date on that, because they will catch it eventually.
Right.
And it bites you.
And a great example is, let's say someone gets divorced on February 1st, and then they remarry on March 1st. So, but they never updated because, you know, hey, I was getting paid the dependent rate with a spouse on February 1st. Now March 1st, I'm still married. Well, not still married. I'm married again. I still am under the marriage qualification. The VA doesn't see it that way. They see I'm paying you for your first spouse, and if that marriage ends, that we're just paying you for that person. You need to let us know, and then if you remarry, then we will, pay you for the other spouse. But a lot of times what will happen is someone will remarry and they fail to notify the VA, and then they incur a debt because, well, we were paying you for your first wife, not for your second wife. And it doesn't matter to them. If you were married, it was who you were married to. So it's, all of that.
Red tape.
Red tape.
Red tape.
So, I can't say it enough. I think I've probably said it 15, 20 times. Your county service officer, get with them. Charlie Leonard, he's here in town. He's, right there next to the 911 call center.
I'm bite my tongue, but what Dan just said, it just frosted me over. To have a veteran have to repay, it was $330 a year, which would be $990 in 3 years.
Yes.
That amount of money being repaid for what the veteran did, and when they take the whole thing out of one check, and he's sitting there, and we have to help him buy groceries and pay his rent.
That either fought in Germany or Japan or Kuwait or Korea, and you're charging them back pay like that.
That's what we do as DAV local chapter. We're a conduit between the need and some resource in the community that will help.
What we owe our veterans is a lot.
We have. I'm also a life member of Vietnam.
You see my frustration?
Vietnam Veterans of America. We have a.
I left out Vietnam.
We have a motto: "No comrade left behind. Not on a jungle trail, not on a desert trail, and not on the VA paper trail."
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's good. So not to be left behind, contact your DAV service officer, your county service officer. So, we do have so much information out there on the internet that people think that, they're experts. Hey, I can fill out a form, not knowing that there's red tape or there's underlying things. There's that gray area where someone who's trained in all the ins and outs,
Why has that bureaucracy for veterans become such an entanglement of red tape? I hate to keep beating the dead horse.
It almost comes down to like sometimes an adversarial proceeding. It was not intended to be that. It was supposed to be a resource for veterans. But and this is why, as a veteran, if you're going to go file a claim, don't do it on your own. Go to your county veteran service officer or call Elesha, because they know VA is not going to help you prove your claim. They're not even always going to tell you what you would have to do to prove the claim. They kind of leave it up to you. And so you need one of these veteran service officers who understand these are the items 1, 2, 3, and 4 that we need to create a fully developed claim and get get that registered with the VA. It used to be if you filled out a claim on a napkin, that was your date, and then they would ask you for additional information, but they're not going to tell you some little simple thing that would prove your claim. They'll leave that up to you. They almost feel like they're, I don't know,
the burden of proof is on the veteran.
Violating the law or something, but they tell you what they would do to help us prove your claim. I don't understand it, but
peacetime or wartime, whatever, 2, 4 years or a lifetime, they served.
Yeah,
right.
They served.
And whether they actually went into combat or not, they had taken the same oath. What we say, they wrote a check, including my life, if I'm called. And just like during the Cuban crisis, I was not only in Cuba, but I was on a ship off the shores, and either side could have made a mistake, and we could have been the tip of the spear of World War III. So those veterans made the same commitment, if you will, whether they actually served in combat or not.
Yep. And then when people go off to combat, you have those who stay home, and they are doing double, triple the work at the units stateside, because their comrades have moved forward. So it's a team effort, and that's the whole thing. It is a team effort. Everyone who served in the military, they said, if you need me to go over there, I will. And some, did, and then some of them stayed behind, and they made sure that the mission progressed stateside as well. And so I do meet so many people who say, well, I don't really consider myself a veteran because I'm not a war veteran. Well,
Did
you're
you wear
still
the
a
uniform?
veteran. Yes. Yeah.
You're a veteran.
Yes. So anyway, for those benefits that those veterans are entitled to, that earned, that's what the county service officer, that's what myself, that's what the DAV, that's what we're here for, is to help advocate for you, help get you that information, and get you those benefits that you're entitled to.
Dan?
Well, I'm good to go here for next week. I'm hoping the weather holds for the drive back there. I'm one of those people that doesn't fly unless it's absolute emergency. So we're going to drive back to D.C. and hopefully the weather will take care of us all the way back. 2 days on the road.
I've flown into D.C. out of Reagan twice. I really enjoyed the flight. I went coming home through Charlotte, back to Little Rock, and Atlanta one time.
You enjoyed being treated like a cattle and forced into a tight chair?
I've not had, knock on wood here, I've not had a bad flight, but it was enjoyable. The morning we left D.C., they flew us out went back over Baltimore and back in, and flew over the Smoky Mountains down into Charlotte. It was a nice flight.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. But there's so much to do and see in Washington. Yeah, I wish I just had a week. And we were at the Wardman Park Marriott. You talk about fancy. You've been to Wardman Park Marriott over there? That's fancy.
Yeah.
Boy, the garden was beautiful.
Well, we spend our time, we go down and take the metro from underneath the hotel in Alexandria, Virginia, and then we come up, or Arlington, Virginia, and we come up on the escalator, and you're looking at the Rayburn building, and we go inside, and we have appointments with congressional people, senators, all day long, Monday, Tuesday, finish up Wednesday, and come back.
It's fun. Anything else? We got about a minute and a half before we have to end the show for the week.
Well, I did want to mention TRICARE update. So TRICARE is the health insurance that for military retirees, and so there's TRICARE Standard, which is now changed to TRICARE Select. So TRICARE changed over a little bit 1 January. Their regions have changed, so there's either TRICARE West or TRICARE East. And then there's TRICARE for Life, which is for those military retirees who are 65 or older. Just wanted to mention that there's a little bit of change in the TRICARE. Right now you should be getting notifications through the mail. I got mine in the mail the other day just letting me know of the change. And then there's a TRICARE dental benefit that some people are enrolled in, and that's going to be changing. It ends at the end of December of this year. But those who still want to have those dental TRICARE retirees who still want that dental coverage, they need to enroll in a new plan. So just give me a call.
And with that, we're going to wrap it up for the weekend. Back on Monday with Sports with Bob Rechtenwald. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
Stay tuned for Jim Bumgarner.
Coming up next.